Shit, I'm tired.
Okay. Thank you for participating today. We are now joined by Texas Southern's John Walker III to begin the press conference. We'd ask the media that you please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. And in the game today, John had a game high 19 points and also 9 rebounds. Okay, so we will begin. Our first question will be from Mark Berman from Fox 26. Go ahead, Mark.
I have. Can you guys hear me, John?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Berman?
Good, John. How are you? Congratulations. What are your emotions right now? What are you feeling inside?
Man, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. I ain't gonna lie. The feeling of all the work finally paying off after all the ups and downs this year, it's just a blessing to be able to reap the benefits of our work.
What was it like celebrating for a minute on the sidelines with your teammates and Coach Johnny Jones?
Oh man, that's the best part of this all, man. Just being able to do it with some people that you love. The hard part is during the game, man. Just being able to take time and celebrate with your team. That's just the part of it all.
Congratulations.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, our next question will come from Greg Bailey with KTRK. Go ahead, Greg.
John, congratulations, man, from ABC 13 here in Houston. Coaches talk to us so much about the bonds that you guys have, the chemistry that you've developed. How did that help you down the stretch when you guys had to make plays, and what enabled you guys to win this game and beat a really good team?
Oh, man, that means everything. Just being able to look to your left or to your right and know if you mess up, your other guys will pick you up, man. It's amazing. And just this whole year, we've been building that bond. We've been quarantined together. We've been on the road with weather together. So it really ain't got no choice but to like these fools.
And, John, if I could, man, 19 points. It was an incredible effort from you. What felt so good, and what allowed you to score that way and lead your team today?
Just the atmosphere of March Madness, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It brings the best out of some people. And for me, I just wanted to win it so bad. It wasn't even about just me individually. It was just about going out there and beating a good team and getting it done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, our next question will come from Chris Gardner with the Houston Roundball Review. Chris, go ahead.
John, what was different for you guys from first half to second half? What was said at halftime by Coach?
The main message was not to get down about being down because we just been in situations of adversity so much throughout the year. It was just, let's just do what we always do and what we know how to do, and that's just bounce back through the adversity. And it was just keeping a level head, playing through, and just getting to that breaking point for the other team so we can just take off on them.
Any thoughts right now about facing Michigan next?
Oh man, that's just an unbelievable opportunity for us again. Like we know that's a great team, and we just blessed to have an opportunity to showcase our talents against such a high level team, and it's gonna be a good one for sure.
Thanks very much.
A reminder to the media, please be sure to include your affiliation along with your name. All right, we're only calling on media members who have their name and their affiliation listed. Okay. Our next question will come from Ralph Garcia with NGSC Sports. Ralph, go ahead.
Ralph, my boy.
Ralph, are you there?
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
All right, John, first and foremost, I love that excitement on your face, man. I see it, I feel it. And you started out the game with 4 quick points. You came out in the second half with 6 quick points. In the second half, it was so important because you guys had such a rough first half shooting. You couldn't get into you had no fast break points. You couldn't get into the TSU game. And on top of that, Mount St. Mary was able to play their game in the first half. But in the second half, you come out with those 6 big points. Tell me about those big points and how that motivated you guys to go on from there.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's did a great job of kind of, you know what I'm saying, getting the game to go how they wanted to. But in the second half, I was just determined. Mike got a quick early foul, and it was just all about being able to have no letdown. Whatever we do, just keeping the momentum and just trying to turn the game over. It was tough, but absolutely, we just knew we had to. At some point, somebody had to generate some kind of momentum. And I'm just glad my team trusts me enough to even, you know what I'm saying, put me in position to be that guy when I need to be.
And last question. In the locker room, one of the reporters already asked about what the coach said, but I was wondering the feelings amongst you guys, the talk amongst you guys, the way you guys felt in that locker room after that rough first half.
Oh, man, the first thing somebody yelled in the locker room, I think it was Carl, was, I trust y'all. I'm not worried at all. Like, we trusted each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just talk. Like, we wasn't nervous. It wasn't, no, oh, we down. This is the end of the road for us. It was, okay, this is the situation, and let's handle it like we know how. It's all about trust. That's what it was. We talked about trusting each other. We had to trust each other to do this tonight.
Fantastic. Great win, John.
Thank you so much.
See you Saturday. Here comes Michigan.
Yes, sir. Meet me there. Don't beat me there.
Got it.
Well, we're not done yet, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks. We got a few more to go. Again, a reminder to the media, please be sure to list your affiliation if you're going to ask a question. We're only calling on media who have their name and their affiliation listed. All right, our next question is going to come from Kellen King with the Insider Institute. Kellen, go ahead.
Hey, John. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And so in the second half, you guys came out and you were putting a lot of pressure and pressing a little bit. Was that part of the game plan coming in? And what did that do for you guys? And how did that help your offense?
It wasn't the game plan coming in. It was just a great adjustment Coach made, which he's done all year. The number 15 was starting to get into a rhythm coming off the screens, and it was just we tried to shake it up a little bit. We saw long and athletic, so when we get to applying pressure, most teams struggle with it. So that was his game plan, is try to change the whole tempo. We're a fast team, so I think he was just trying to get the game sped up to where we know we could thrive in.
Thank you. That's it.
No problem.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Kevin Fielder with the fifth quarter. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, John, congratulations, man. Obviously the next task is one of the best teams in the country in Michigan. How's it going to feel to be able to play against guys who, are potential NBA players and, great players at this level?
That's just another thing, a testament to Coach. Like, I mean, if you know Texas Southern, that's what we do. We play the toughest road schedule in the country. It's always tough, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's our blood, that's our nature. We want the toughest teams possible. So this is not going to be nothing new. Exactly, it's going to be a new team, but it's not going to be a new routine. We used to getting up for the challenge and stuff like that. So I think our guys know what time it is pretty much. I think we're going to be ready to step up.
Appreciate it, John.
Yes, sir.
All right, our next question is going to be from James Hill with BNC Sports. James, go ahead.
Congratulations on the victory. Can you talk a little bit about
Thank you.
What you see so far and getting the first victory done in the play-in game and how sweet it is for HBCU sports?
Oh man, you don't even understand. That's probably maybe one of the best feelings of it all. Just being able to be a symbol for HBCUs across the country and then win at that on top of it is just amazing, because I know it's a lot of teams who wish they could be here, and that's just gonna be more motivation for them next year, and that's gonna make the whole league better. Just all the hungriness to go on top of it is gonna be perfect.
All right, our next question is going to be from Kristen Peck Dimmitt from TV Sports. Go ahead.
Hey, John, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You had 13 second half points. Obviously, you scored the first 6 for the team coming out of halftime.
You kind of went out, bro.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Yep,
can hear
go
you. I
ahead.
can hear you.
Perfect, my bad.
No problem.
So you obviously had a big second half, scored the team's first 6 points of the second half. What was one of the keys to get yourself going in that second half?
I think it was just getting to my spots, you know what I'm saying? Like really just making sure I don't force anything and just letting the game come to me while also playing for my teammates more than anything. And just when you play for your teammates and get lost in it, like my coach used to say, just getting lost on the defensive end, good things happen to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Mark Berman, do you have an additional follow-up?
I do. Johnny, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So a couple, and thank you for coming back to me. Johnny, what does it mean to get the second win in the NCAA tournament in the history of the TSU program?
Oh, man, that's huge, especially for me coming from Houston and growing up watching Texas Southern games. I remember when they won it that one time, and I just remember the feeling of the city and just being so proud of them. To be able to do that now and let it come back full circle is probably one of the best things for me, especially, man, because I'm Houston to the bone, man. This is just the biggest thing in the world to me.
There was a watch party on the TSU campus. What would you like to say to TSU family?
Thank y'all so much. Y'all rode this ride with us all year, and we just appreciate y'all for being with us every step of the way. We know it's been a crazy season. We just love and appreciate all the support that you all give us, man. It doesn't go unnoticed. We talk about y'all all the time.
Thank you.
No problem.
We have time for one more question. Greg Bailey, do you have a follow-up?
No, we're good, man. Congratulations.
Thank y'all so much, man.
All right, John, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Take
Thank
care. Okay, we'll be joined momentarily by Coach Jones. Again, if you have any questions for Coach Jones, please raise your hand or lower your hand. Again, we're only calling on media members who have their name and their media outlet listed. All right? So we're joined by Coach Johnny Jones. We will, congratulations, Coach, on the victory. We will ask for an opening statement for Coach Jones and then go to questions. Again, please, for the media, please raise your hand, use the raise a hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question. So, Coach, if you can please give us a brief opening statement, and then we'll go to questions.
First off, I want to commend Mount St. Mary's on a tremendous and hard-fought battle. And I thought our guys did a tremendous job of battling back there in the second half. I thought they did a great job of really controlling the tempo in the first half of the basketball game and even finishing with a big-time momentum layup there at the buzzer at halftime. But our guys did excellent coming back out, extending the defense, trapping, trying to force them out of their offense, making them take quicker shots and getting them out of the rhythm. And we're fortunate to finish strong down the line. Even after all the free throws we missed, at least we had a chance to close well at the free throw line at the end of the game.
Okay, thank you, Coach. We'll start our questions with Mark Berman from Fox 26. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Johnny, congratulations.
Thank you, Mark.
So what does it mean to get the second NCAA tournament win in the history of the Texas Southern program?
Well, we're excited. I think there's been great tradition in the program. There are several teams that have been to the NCAA tournament, and we're very fortunate that our guys were able to play well enough in helping with the tradition of this program. So it certainly was met with excitement.
What did you do? What was your message that changed the way the way y'all played? Because you were down 10, you scored 11 consecutive points to start the second half.
I didn't think we did a great job in the first half. I thought we allowed them to really control the tempo, both ends of the floor. We've gotten kind of a rhythm of walking the ball up. When they had the pace, that's what they wanted to do, walk the ball up. We were walking the ball up. I thought defensively for us, we allowed them to dictate how we were playing. They got us into some rotation and made some early shots. Then on the offensive end of the floor, I thought they did a great job defensively, being in the gaps, not allowing us to get to the rim. And I thought we got a little bit impatient and not making the right passes, the right reads. But the second half, I thought it was the exact opposite. I thought defensively, we're very aggressive, forced them out of their offensive rhythm. We trapped. We didn't allow them to run anything. They were taking late shots into the clock, missing shots, and then we were able to go back on the other end and convert. We're much more aggressive on the offensive end than we were in the first half, going toward the basket, getting downhill, and also knocked down a few threes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Greg Bailey with ABC 13.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Greg.
You and I talked on Sunday about how thrilled you were for your players that they got an opportunity to experience the NCAA tournament. How happy are you for them that they went out and played great basketball and can bring this win home to everybody at TSU?
It's certainly a whole nother level. You know, you fight for the right to have an opportunity to represent your league, and you play all season long to meet that challenge. We get to the conference tournament and we win. We get here, and this is certainly a whole nother level to win the game that you're in. And the good thing is, a lot of times when you win a championship like that in the conference in the manner in which we did for a conference championship, sometimes you come out a little bit flat. You don't play as well, and it costs you. I thought our guys did a tremendous job of really remaining focused after winning the conference championship and getting in here and battling like we did today to really finish this game the way that we needed to.
And if I could follow up real quick, Coach, just what is that moment like in your locker room when you get to share it? What can you tell us about what was going on in there?
Well, you know, it's definitely different from the conference tournament because we actually had to stay out on the floor after the championship. I never visited the locker room. We cut down the nets. We had interviews we had to take care of, and we were on to the bus because we had to catch a flight. Tonight, I went in, met with the coaches for a moment, and as soon as I walked in the locker room, the kids had the water out, and I tell you what, they drenched me. And I'm actually sitting here really soaking wet right now, but it's probably one of the best feelings I've had with cold water on me in a long, long time, and I'm really excited about it. The kids were excited, and but they know we still have work to do in front of us. We've got another big game, a huge game really on Saturday against a great team in Michigan.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Chris Gardner with the Houston Roundball Review. Chris?
Coach, just what are your thoughts on the job John Walker did for you today?
John was incredible. He had 19 and 9. I thought he was exceptional, played well for us, and John's very elusive. He's when he catches that ball inside, he has a knack for scoring in there. He wound up hitting, I think, a big three for us today as well, and which was needed, stretching the defense and getting 9 big rebounds, 4 of those on the offensive glass. I thought he was the big difference. As hard as our guys played today, I thought he was a huge difference in the basketball game because I thought he was a matchup problem for our opponent today.
Thanks very much.
Okay, next we're going to go to Kellen King. Kellen, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First of all, congratulations on the big win.
Thank you very much, Kellen.
And second of all, getting this win on such a huge stage, what does it mean for the Texas Southern program and also just HBCUs in general to get this win with kids watching all across the country?
Well, I just think it's a huge step for our team and our program. Especially with the shutdown last year, not having a chance to play in the event and it been canceled, and coming back and really playing in the first game of the NCAA tournament this year. I thought, one, it was going to put a spotlight on our program, and I thought it was important that our kids perform the right way. One, for our program that we feel like we certainly have some tradition in, and for our conference. You know, I think we've got a really good conference. It's extremely strong. We've got really good teams and coaches in there. So I'm hopeful that we've played well enough that people will look and see the style and the pace in which we play, and that they can appreciate, one, our team, our program, and in the conference, the SWAC conference in which we were representing today.
And just one follow-up question. Looking ahead to Saturday against Michigan, they like to slow the pace down a little bit, and you guys obviously like to play a little bit faster, as we saw in the second half. Do you think we could see any of that pressure defense that you used effectively today? Well,
we've got to be who we are. You know, we can't change. We've been playing a certain way and a certain style all year long. We certainly know that Michigan's going to be a bigger, stronger team and probably can handle some of the things that we do, but we're still going to have to make sure that we defensively get ourselves in some type of a rhythm and see what it is that we can hopefully throw them off their rhythm, because they're an excellent basketball team, and you're absolutely right. They're a pace team, and they're going to try and control the pace as well. And it may be a little bit tougher for us to get the game at the pace that we want it. That's something that we'll work on tonight with in terms of our scouting report and preparation and getting ready for a great game on Saturday.
Congrats again, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Okay, our next question will be from Kevin Fielder with the fifth quarter. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First of all, congratulations to you and your team on the victory. Obviously, one thing John Walker mentioned was the tough out-of-conference schedule that you guys played. And, you guys this year played games against BYU and Oklahoma State who were in the tournament. How does that help you guys going into a game against a really good Michigan team?
Well, we've always played a very challenging schedule. Generally, we're number one toughest schedule in the country, non-conference schedule, because of the caliber teams that we play. Our guys look forward to those challenges. That's one of the reasons they sign on the dotted line to come and be a part of the Texas Southern Tigers. And when that happens, we've got to make sure that we put them in a position to compete at the highest level. This game coming up with Michigan on Saturday obviously wasn't on our schedule, but we're glad that we put ourselves in a situation and got an opportunity in the NCAA tournament to play one of the top teams in the country. So it's not anything that our guys are not used to. It's a challenge that they certainly accept, and we know that they're going to be a very tough basketball team, but that's what happens. And when you're in the field of 68 and playing the NCAA tournament, everybody that you play, you're going to have an edge about them, and they're going to be a very good basketball team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Andre Monroe from Insider Institute. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, what do you think contributed to the spark your team had coming out of the first half?
I thought our pressure, we extended our defense. We actually went more of a full court type defense in a trapping style, creating some trap opportunities and trying to make them throw out of it. We wanted to try and really speed up the tempo against them. And when they were throwing it out, they were either going to take quick shots. If we got steals, we were going to have some easy scoring opportunities on the end of the floor because of our rotations. And we were fortunate they wind up missing some shots there, open shots when we were trapping, that led us to having more possessions. It became more of a possession game for us. We had more possessions there, and we really needed that. But that was the big change in terms of the tempo was in our favor in the second half.
Okay, our next question is going to come from John Blau with the Bloomington Herald-Times. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, so you guys have probably played in, venues without fans for a long time. But, coming to Assembly Hall, it's this big giant venue, which usually holds about 17,000 fans. And you're in this kind of almost empty arena playing an NCAA tournament game. I mean, how odd was it? Or do you kind of just almost forget that part once you're actually getting down to business because it is the NCAA tournament?
Well, that's what this year has been about, and it's something we had to get used to at the beginning. But we try to use our bench as a juice bar. Our guys that's sitting there on the bench all year long, they've done a tremendous job of giving our team juice from the sideline and making sure that they are cheered and staying active and staying into the basketball game. So this is kind of a natural environment in the setting for us now, and unfortunately, a lot of fans can't be at the game, but this is something that we've come accustomed to because of the parameters set around us because of COVID.
All right, Coach, I think that will be it for today. We really appreciate your time and efforts coming in and handling this for us. And we thank everybody in attendance today for all of your questions. And we will have a transcript of the head coach's interview posted at ncaa.com/transcripts. And a copy of this will also be posted on the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Again, thank you everybody for attending today. And we will look forward to seeing you at another game. Thank you.
Thank you, and go Tigers.
Thank you for participating today. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Ingolstad and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach, if you could give us a brief opening statement, and then we will go to questions.
So it's the season, when it ends, it's always abrupt. And, especially with the half that we played to open up the game, I thought we were flying around. Our defense was terrific in the first half. I thought our offense was moving. They pressed us. I thought that got out of the rhythm, had a couple good looks that we didn't make. And then our offense got stagnant. And, we allowed them to go on a couple runs where they put their head down, got to the basket. But I could not be more proud of a group of young men that persevered through a lot this season. Backs against the wall, they always fought. No different tonight, they fought. And I have a great core that's coming back, hopefully. If we can keep this core intact, we have a great run here set up. And, now they've been in this stage and seen it. And, hopefully next year there'll be fans here and have a packed environment to play in. But, it was great to get to this point, to be conference champion. But the message was too, we now seen what this is, and we want more next year.
We will now go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. Our first question is from Dan from the Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you fine.
Yeah, I know you said that in the second half, Texas Southern was pressing you guys a lot. When you got to the half court, what did you see they were really doing to stop Damien? It seemed like they were trapping him and whatnot, forcing the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, they trapped him, and that was a good adjustment on their part. And we got the ball to the short a few times and were able to generate some decent shots out of it. But they were just really aggressive, trying to get the ball out of Dame's hands, and that was a good adjustment that they made at the half.
Our next question is from Grace Grill from WVDVM.
Hey, Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, Grace. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. Tough loss to the season. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but coming down to the wire there, it's, 5-point game and you got a minute left. What's the thinking to play that out and not maybe stop the time there a little more?
Yeah, we've relied on our defense all year. So for me, I just felt like we were going to be able to get a stop and then hopefully be able to push it and get Dame downhill and, not allow them to set up their defense. And so it's still a 2-possession game at that point. So felt confident and, in hindsight, maybe should have fouled earlier.
Our next question is from Christopher Heidel from Herb FM Sports.
There you go. Hi, Coach. Hi, Coach Dan. Sorry for the tough loss tonight. What does this whole season mean to you? Because I know this year it was very tough, off and on with games and COVID and all that stuff. What did you learn from this season that might help you throughout another couple of years if we ever had this again?
Yeah, this season was different, and I learned a lot about our character of our team this year. That's what I learned. I learned that we have some of the toughest young men that I've ever been around, and the resilience that they showed the entire season with the stops and all the adversity that they faced, and never quit, kept showing up to work, and they're champions. It wasn't the result we wanted tonight, but they deserve and earned the right to be called a champion for the rest of their life because they worked through a tough season, and I couldn't be more proud to be their coach.
Our next question is from Andre Monroe.
Hey, Coach. Andre Monroe with Insider Institute. Did you?
Andre, you got cut off.
I'm sorry. Did you anticipate the adjustments that Texas Southern made to begin the second half?
We talked about that. They thought they could come out and press us. So we knew that they were, they'd run a diamond press. They had run that 1-3-1. So we had seen that, and we talked to our guys to be ready for it. They really were aggressive, getting the ball out of Dame's hand. So, we knew they would make an adjustment. I didn't know that they would trap us to that extreme. And then, like I said, we generated some decent shots. We got the ball to the high post, and we didn't make some great decisions out of there. And, they got us sped up a little bit.
Our next question is from Gary Graves from the Associated Press.
Hey, Coach, I hope you can hear me. I guess your thoughts about the shot selection in the second half. I think you had 12 of your 19 shots were from three-point range. And did you kind of wish a little bit that they were more patient, try to get inside the arc as opposed to outside?
Yeah, we talked about that a few timeouts. We just told our guys, hey, you got to be aggressive. You got to get into the paint touches. We can hurt them off dribble drive penetration. But, some of those shots that we took, they're wide open shots, and, we want our guys to have confidence enough to shoot them. And so, I got to review the film to really give you an honest assessment with our shot selection. But I do know that part of the plan was to get it in the paint, and whether it be for dribble drive penetration or drop-offs. And, we got it in there a few times, and we didn't capitalize and make some free throws, too. I thought that hurt us as well.
Our next question is from Grant Flood. And Grant, if you would identify your affiliation, please.
Hello, I am Grant Flood from Insider Institute. My question to you as coach is, why do you think your team came out struggling at the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were in a good space, and I think we gave up a couple and ones early, which gave them some rhythm. The game of basketball is a game of runs, and they went on a big run right out the gate. We didn't, like I said, I didn't think the shots that we generated early were bad. We didn't make any of them, and it does help everything when the ball goes through the basket. But we'll definitely learn from this experience, and hopefully come back next season and make sure that we're more disciplined coming out of the second half.
Our final question is from the fifth quarter, Old Dominion. If you would please identify your name.
Yeah, Reese Becker from fifth quarter. You guys are part of a historic tournament. You guys were the first game back after the pandemic. What's your lasting impression of being part of history?
Yeah, obviously the result wasn't what we wanted today, but I believe that our guys enjoyed their experience, and we got to be part of history, as you mentioned. I think a big thing for our guys. They got to play in front of their families and friends today, which was, you know, they hadn't been able to do that all season. So that was, I know that was special for our guys. But, you know, obviously we wanted to be on the other side of this game and get a win, and that was the mindset, and that's where, you know, that was our focus was. So, you know, it stings. It always will. And the season, when it does end, as I said, it always is abrupt. But I could not be more proud of these guys, and they were part of history, and they earned that right. They earned that right by becoming the NEC champion, and like I said, I couldn't be more proud.
Gary Graves from Associated Press, did you have one more question?
No, I think I'm good. Thanks.
Coach?
All good? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
We will be joined by student athlete Damien Chong-Qui. If you want to put your the raise hand function, then we'll begin to get an order for questioning for him. Our first question for Damien comes from Christopher Heidel.
Hey, Damien, sorry for the tough loss tonight to Texas Southern. What did they do in starting the second half that you guys didn't see in the first half? Because you guys were up by 10, and then the second half they just took over.
They pressured us, got a couple early buckets and ones, kind of changed the momentum of the game. We just came out flat, missed a couple open shots that we usually hit in a couple first minutes, changed the whole momentum of the whole second half.
Our next question is from fifth quarter Old Dominion. Please identify your name.
Reese Becker from Old Dominion. Damien, you were part of a very historic game tonight, the first game back after the pandemic. How do you reflect on that, even though you guys obviously didn't have the outcome you wanted?
It's an honor to step on the floor, you know, especially after a year like this. It's been 2 years since we've had March Madness, so it was definitely an honor to be a part of this. I'll be back.
Our next question is from Daniel from the Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Damien, you know, after a tough loss like that, I guess what was just a message from coach, maybe from you to your teammates after that? I know you just said you'll be back, but I guess it's just going through your mind, and what did you tell your teammates?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I said after a tough loss like that, what was the message from coach to you guys, and maybe what did you say to your teammates after this game?
Message from coach was, just looking back on the year, how far we came, the adversity we faced, and how we were able to respond to a lot of, different challenges we faced. As far as myself, personally, I felt like I let myself down. I think I left my team down. But like I said, we'll be back. I'll be back here. we'll be back here and we'll be better. And we'll be a lot better, and we'll take care of business.
Our next question is from Grace Grill from WDVM.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you get my question at all or no?
I can't hear anything.
Okay, I gotta.
Okay, we will go to Christopher Heidel.
Hey, Damien, real quick, I have another question to ask you. What did the season, and it didn't end the right way for you guys. I know you guys won a conference championship, but what did the season mean for you personally? Because I know a lot of people have been talking about your situation growing up and also you being part of a great team and what you guys are going to do for in the future.
I think like I said, it was a good experience for us. Honestly, I don't really know what to say as far as that. It was a great experience. I'm just ready to get back and get ready to get back here next year. I'm not really too thinking too much about that. I'm just ready to get back in the gym and get back here. I don't.
Next question is from Gary Graves of the Associated Press.
Damien, can you compare TSU to any other team that you all have seen this season in terms of their quickness and maybe how they were able to disrupt you all like that?
Definitely Wagner. Play a little physical, athletic guys. Definitely Wagner in our conference. I think that was a fair comparison.
Yeah. As a follow-up, I mean, what was really the toughest part about their defense and how they were able to kind of throw off your rhythm in the second half?
Honestly, I think it was us. I think it was more about us. I don't really think that the defense was that much of an impact. We got away from a lot of stuff that we do, and we missed a couple shots that we usually make, and that's just how the ball falls some days. And I think it was mostly us. I don't really think that the defense distracted us too bad. I think that we just weren't able to make a couple shots that we usually hit, and that's about it.
Okay, our last question will be with Daniel from the Baltimore Sun.
No, I'm fine. I just didn't put my hand down.
Okay. Thank you, Damien, for your time, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Okay. That's it from this post-game news conference. A transcript of the coaches' interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with a recording of the press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you all for joining us.